episode of the year. I have Corey Accioni here. Did I say it correctly? Accioni.
I've been called worse.
Yeah. People I've known for years brutalize my name still. He's the head instructor. Academy of Jiu-Jitsu, Southern New Jersey. Been training pretty consistently together for the last 2 years now. Yeah. So anyways, he's going to be my uke. So guys, the first topic we're going to address today is, people say NoGi is more accurate than gi. Well, what if you encounter a guy like walking around like me? Is it going to be NoGi or gi? It's going to be gi. What would you do, Corey? Cross collar choke. Yeah. Guys, it's cold here. I have to give this back to Aaliyah so we can move. But yeah, it's just the heater just cannot keep up. It's kind of cold. Anyways, Happy New Year, guys. So I have a topic that I've been sort of playing with the last 6 months. Been really, really good for me. Things tend to go around in circles in jiu-jitsu. Like a lot of things seem to be whatever. Guys start to counter specific things, and you have to kind of tweak your game a little bit. Either make some small changes to them, or just go to another part of their body. Like with leg locks for a while. It was like everybody was nailing each other, and now it's sort of like, yeah, it can still happen, but it's not as prevalent as it was in most tournaments. So one of the things was Ude Gatame to triangle, which is sort of a good follow-up, but I've been hitting it sort of kind of repeatedly the last couple months on really good practitioners. And then what do you do after if the guy actually starts to counter you? And Corey, being a slightly larger version of myself, is probably good uke for that. Unless you guys, the topic, the format is live questions get priority. What do you got?
We'll go with the Ude Gatame triangle.
I envy Aaliyah. We were actually, she got a hoodie, the thing that I had on, an electric blanket. So, guys, a lot of times, especially the higher level guys, let's turn this way so we can see. So when I go for the Ude Gatame, and I start to get to a point where, so Corey's actually doing a good job. He keeps the arms straight, right? If he goes outside, go this way. No. If I go outside Ude Gatame, I can attack the Ude Gatame from here. That's the outside Ude Gatame. The one I want is this. But guys sort of start to put me flat on my back. So right now, especially if they're more flexible, are we still in frame? Good. So if they're more flexible, they kind of pause here. So as they drive again, because they collapse my legs a little bit, I cannot quite push them away. And I cannot quite create the angle to get the finish. So they're stuck, and I'm stuck. Well, I'm not really that stuck. So what I'll tend to do from here, so it's hard to finish from this angle, the straight down. You can, especially if the guy has bad elbows, but it's kind of harder. So what I usually do from here is I usually just go into a triangle. And this works like a charm, guys. This is a really, really good combination. But let's back up a little bit. So here's the marker. They put it for me. Because I'd wind up in the parking lot if it wasn't for that. So that's a good combination. Now, you may have a couple of things what happens with sort of the counter. And the counter, a lot of times people counter it by just, posting across your stomach and start posturing up. Now, it's a good counter, but you need to be able to shut it down. So again, we start out, and I decide to go for a triangle. And now Corey actually starts to take, and he starts. So what I'll do here is I'm going to wait till he postures all the way, and then just make a quick shift. This is a quick armbar, guys. You need to make sure that, I lighten up on that, on the extension, because the guy kind of extends the arm for you. So it's this. Usually when somebody's arm is here, you got to really put a lot of oomph into it to straighten it out. And sometimes it doesn't work, but he'll straighten it out. So all you got to do is just go from this to this, and it's done. So that's sort of one of the most important counters. But you need to time this well when the guy reaches almost the full extension, not here. Because if you try to armbar from here, he will escape your triangle as well as the armbar. So let's look at it one more time in this direction a little bit. So as I'm attacking the triangle, Corey starts to counter me. This is done. Now notice what I did with my hips. If I'm here, he might be able to escape it. So I need to shift my hips. So it's that, bring that leg over quickly. So it's a little bit of a hip pivoting and leg over. If you don't pivot, you may not get this leg over. So if you don't get the leg over, you just, not only did you lose the submission, but also you got your guard passed.
Do you underhook it by his leg or just pivot?
I will try to underhook the leg because I want to make sure that my pivot is perfect. If you don't pivot properly or fast, you will not just lose the submission, but again, you will probably get your guard passed. So you got to make sure it's perfect because, first of all, a lot of people, the biggest mistakes in armbarring people make, I think, is usually holding hands on his arm, 2-on-1, rather than either forearm grip or armpit grip. That's number one. Because 2-on-1, if you got a strong enough guy, my 2-on-1 is not gonna. Maybe if I get some tattoos, maybe I get bigger too.
You can see the difference in the camera.
Wait, what? What are you saying? So long story short is, if you, 2-on-1 is not gonna get it done. Hey, Raj, 2-on-1 is not gonna get it done. What you need to do is make sure you put your core into it. And so when you put your core into it, you can have usually the forearm grip from the guard or armpit grip is better. And it's more important for you to pivot. So when you have 2-on-1, you don't have that arm available to pivot. That arm is gonna be there. And he will do the extension for you because he's trying to posture out of the triangle. So that's what we're trying to do. And make sure that you, that you kind of pivot smoothly and efficiently. So what I'm trying to do is get my hips outside the line of his torso. And you don't need 2-on-1. If you get 2-on-1, high probability you're not going to get the leg over because you're still lined up with him. You don't create the angle to throw that leg over. So, okay, so let's look at it one more time. Let's go this way a little bit. So yeah. So again, as I'm bringing him down, I sort of get stuck here. I start to throw a triangle. Oh, I go in and I pivot. That's it. You can see how quickly he taps. Okay? This is very important, guys. This is a very, very quick, armbar. So usually when I get there, I literally just, I give him slack. I don't pin it to my chest because if you have a tighter elbow or bad shoulders, that guy's going to be screaming. It's very, very quick and very smooth. You need to get your hips outside.
I almost don't want to posture up all the way because I know.
Yeah, I know.
If you fail in the pivot, how do you recover your guard? Could you go over that?
That's a good one. Guys, by the way, we're having 5 free days on the app. So if you're not on the app, silverfoxbjj.app, try it for 5 days for free. And then I think it's 30% off. Mm-hmm. Nice. Yeah, baby. Let's start the year off right. We're going to go over that, but I also want to go over another counter. I don't know if we have time. This happens to me a lot in Europe where guys kind of, I have yet to have somebody, once I lock up my triangle, to counter it, to lift me up. But sometimes what they do is they drive forward and literally you sort of suddenly have your own kneecap in your eyeball. And again, the counter is very similar to this, but we need to now make sure that, you act quickly. Again, I want to get to that. If I don't get to it on the YouTube portion, we're going to get to it on the app because this is a very common counter that you're going to get with big guys in Europe. Now, so let's go to your question. And we lost one of the lights. They were supposed to last forever. So, as he starts to posture up and I bring this over. So now I'm going to run. Yeah, I'm going to run. So from here, you can see already what I'm doing is I'm posting my leg. So I know what he's gonna do. He's gonna collapse my hips, but I'd rather have them collapse to this side because I could possibly recover guard. Oh, round 2. We're out of time. So basically, let's go over one more counter. The problem is going to be is you didn't get it. So let's do this. So as I'm bringing the leg over, if I bring it over, yeah, this is a problem. This is what I want to avoid. So the recovery from guard is going to be difficult for me. So if I bring it over and I fail, yeah, I know this way he's gonna push me that way. So I don't want him to get his head out and just drop it on me top side control. So I'm up, sort of supporting my leg a little bit to last a little bit longer. I'm pushing into him, and then I'm gonna try to bounce into turtle, and hopefully I wind up with, good guard here and finish guard with something else. All right, guys, listen. Happy New Year. If we met before, I hope to see a lot of you during the year, be it online. Well, I feel like I see you, or in one of the camps, or always visit my academy. And if we don't know each other, guys, I hope we get to meet each other in 2026. I'll see you next time.